This is Sarge here at C4 Defense, and today I'm going to show you how to make a cool patch panel that hopefully your wife will approve of, like I did for my weekly live streams. Alright, now making these patch panels is incredibly simple. You just need a couple materials. I picked up a frame at Michael's. It was $10. I picked up 2 pieces of felt. I would have rather used gray felt, but all they had was black felt. So, well, they had a lot of colors, but the only 2 that I wanted would have been gray or black, and they were out of the gray. So, that being said, 10 bucks for the frame, $2 for each piece of felt. Tax, it came up to $14.98. I already had some Loctite spray adhesive. You're gonna need some spray adhesive. And then you just need a place to work, a marker so you can mark the center of the glass, and a little bit of time, and that's it. Let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing we have to do is take the contents out of our frame. All right, now that we've got the little backing pieces loose, we have to save this for later. And then we're going to take that little piece of whatever it is, get rid of it. We're going to get rid of this, and we're actually going to get rid of this. Now, we're going to take the glass out, set the frame to the side, and we're just going to measure this glass just so we can kind of draw a mark in the center. This one is 18 inches wide. Let's put a mark down here at 9. Another mark up here at 9. And then we're going to draw a mark in the center room just so we kind of know where to put our seam for our felt. That's the only purpose of that. Now that we're done with the straight edge and the marker, we can set that to the side. Now, we're going to take our spray adhesive. I had to do this inside because of the weather, but I laid a cheap shower curtain on the table so I could do this because I don't want any excess or overspray. Typically I do this outside, but I had to do it inside today. The spray adhesive, I think this cost me $5. You're going to use about 50 cents worth of it, so we're still under 16 bucks for this whole patch panel. I'll put a link to some of this stuff in my Amazon account. So here we go. We're just going to spray it nice and thick. And that's it. Set your spray adhesive off to the side. Take one piece, just kind of lay it over that seam. Press it down. Take the other piece, lay it on that seam because we're going to trim the edges off. And it's just that easy. Now we're going to lay it down just like that, with the glass side out. Now let's take a little bit of heat and warm it up. This will definitely help the glue set. Barely warm. You don't want to overheat it. All right, it's barely getting a little bit of heat now. Let's go ahead and let that dry for just a second and we'll finish up. Right, now let's take our trusty SOG and we're going to trim around this. That's why I turned the glass. That's why I heated the glass and not the felt. If you look real close, you can see where that heat gun did damage the felt, but it shouldn't have damaged it on what is the other side of the patch panel. That's why you just want to warm it up just a little bit. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to hold this up, and I'm just going to take my super sharp SOG knife and cut this out. All right, now let's get rid of the waste. Let's set our SOG down. Let's get our frame. Let's turn it around the correct way. Make sure that it fits in there. Make sure we don't need to pry around it just a little bit. There it is. That's in there. Let's get our frame. Make sure we put it in correctly and don't get it hung up. There we go. All right. Let's bend our little tabs down. There you go. It's just that easy. Now, if you want to send me a patch to go on this panel to show in our weekly 2A live streams, as long as it's 2A and politically correct, I will be happy to put it on there. Let's see. I'll have my address in the description. So if you've got a patch that you want to see on here, this one is going to change out weekly. It's going to go in my, like I said, my weekly live streams. I'll be happy to put it on there. Like I said, subscribe, comment, like, hit that notification icon if you're already a subscriber. We'll see you on the range.